YouTube. So welcome.
YouTube friends.
Well, it's slowly transitioning in the room.
Did it go?
Did it go? Did it go?
Yeah.
It's like an intermix of both of them from what I look like. YouTube streaming. Oh, there we go.
There we go. Now it's happening.
We got both of them going.
All right. There you go.
The spy looks really ugly on a 5-minute chart.
Yeah, it's really like, I mean, today it's not pretty, really, from an overall movement. I said there were some moves in there, but I mean, it's absolutely, look at the SPY just compared to yesterday. It's absolutely an inside day here. So it's not making any big moves. It looks like we're consolidating as, the markets sort of make up their mind. I actually expect us to have overall sort of sideways market action through to the election. I would think that if you're big money, you're not making any big risk bets unless you've got a very strong prospect on an individual stock, right? So you could have individual offerings that move well or drop if they're seeing hard times. But I think from an overall market, I expect volumes to remain modest and a bunch of sideways action. Now watch, tomorrow it go and shoot up like, 30 points on the SPY and 10% or something, and I'll be wrong. But I just don't expect that. Even with the stimulus, I think that the expectation of an eventual stimulus happening is more or less built in. Even if it got announced, I don't know. We'll see, I guess. I mean, yes, it would give a bump to the market. I just don't think it's lift.
Nah. I think everybody anticipates stimulus after the election.
Yeah.
Like at that point, why is either party holding on to the stimulus?
Right. It will be interesting because the dynamics, of course, change. Now they don't change immediately. I mean, officially, transition doesn't happen until January, and that's presuming, of course, that we get an election result that is properly vetted and approved. Within a reasonable time after the actual election day. So who knows what's going to happen? I mean, it's
but I think the House and the Senate will be solidified enough to where here it is. So I think anything after, because that's really where the holdup is. Everybody else was just willing to sign at that point. So it's between those two conflicting organizations.
Yeah. True. Anyways, we'll see what happens. I mean, all we can do is watch, and we're just worried about how it impacts trading, right? Like, what will it do? Will it provide us opportunity or just risk, or both? I mean, more likely it's both, but we'll see.
Agree.
I mean, that's all I'm wanting election for, or at least from a trading perspective.
I want something to not be on to where the SPY is at what? What's the SPY at today? 72% armor.
Yeah.
Like this morning, everything was low volume. It was.
Well, that's why I was surprised that AMD was trading at like 500% RVOL. At one point, it's come back down, but it's still at 350% on the day. So, so there's like, obviously it had specific news, but I didn't think it would push it that active, make it that active a trader. Anyways, it's I don't like the GOED. That was the low float I had put on my list to track. Oh, yeah, that sort of just bled off.
Yeah.
It's half what it was. Wow. So it's only up 25%, whereas it hit a high at the open of almost $18 compared to a close of 6. So it was up 300%. It's now only up 25%. That's quite a bleed off, frankly. Here, Lily. How much? AMD is moving up.
AMD. AMD and Baba. I can't believe Baba took off today.
Baba doing well. Baba's not doing much now, but you're right. It took off the open.
Off the open, it did. It was a very nice trade. That, of course, I didn't take.
How did your how did your Facebook trade work? I saw you were trading Facebook off the open, but it looked pretty choppy when I took a peek at it.
Yes, it worked out wonderful on stopping me out. It was awesome.
Well, don't ask, he said. All right, never mind. Sorry, Brendan.
Hey, it's all right. I took 2 stabs at it, got a partial on one, and then got stopped out on the other. And then, of course, as John points out, it broke beautifully about 30 minutes after my second attempt. So I had to have one more attempt. One more attempt, I would have been in there. But
it's an interesting question, Surf Dog, on AMD. I am of the opinion that AMD is going to drop on earnings. But I just because I think that expectations are really high. Looking at how AMD did not drop significantly today after making such a significant, like a $35 billion acquisition, and to not have that be dilutive to their stock price significantly. I mean, yeah, it's down 4%, but it's only 4%, right? I mean, it's. I'm thinking that it's unfortunately priced to perfection, and even if they hit their numbers, which I'm thinking they might struggle with, but who knows?
AMD already reported. They reported this morning.
They did.
Yeah, I think they went early. They weren't supposed to report until this afternoon. But
okay.
I think when they came out with, "Hey, we're buying this company," they also published their earnings at the same point.
Oh, I thought they were only reporting after the close.
Yeah, they normally do, and they were scheduled to report today after hours, but then I guess all this news broke, so they figured they might as well push it out.
Oh my goodness! How could I not know this? So. So they beat? Okay, so they beat. See, darn it. Why didn't I know this? So no wonder. That makes so much more sense with this acquisition now. So that counteracted the offset of the earnings. No wonder it hung out here. See? There you go. Life explained.
Now it all makes sense.
All makes sense. Oh my goodness. Yeah, okay. Thanks, Random. That's what I just found too. So, okay. Well, see, there you go. I sort of knew that, I guess, but I didn't know that. Anyways, obviously I had no idea, but that it makes sense now as to why it wasn't selling off as much as I had anticipated. Also makes sense why AMD jumped pre-market and then fell back. So
yeah.
So obvious in hindsight. This trading is easy if I could just do it at the end of the day. I wonder why they won't let me do that. Yes, I'd like to take, 10 million shares of AMD short at the open price. Yes, thank you.
10 million.
10 million. Well, if I know for 100% sure what's going to happen, why not, right? EXAS, yes, please. I'll take 5 million of that long from the open, and I think you can put in my order right now to sell at about 141.50. Let's not be greedy.
I think I'm not sure why Facebook is strong, but I mean, you got Twitter that's strong, Netflix that's strong, Facebook's out there strong. I think it's just the tech sector in general is pretty strong today.
It's the fangs.
Yeah.
Those fangs. Look at Squares. He's doing a little boogie.
Man, I'm quite upset that I didn't know that AMD announced their earnings. I feel like that's a big failure in my. It's just weird.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Mike and Peter.
Good afternoon, Brian.
So SPY is looking like it's going to go out neither up or down. Maybe almost flat on the day.
Dan, I don't see anything on Workhorse.
AMD's coming back up here. We're getting a nice little rally into the close on some stocks. NEO's pushing and breaking out. What is NEO doing? Hog had quite a nice run today.
NEO is running to the moon. To the moon.
Yeah. The banks sure aren't doing very well. Looks like on the verge of breaking down here.
Breakdown, shakedown,
breakdown. Yeah. Snap.
The words are.
And NEO is pushing back to was the all-time high here, 29.40. So we got another buck to go on NEO. NVIDIA, nice rally. Yeah, we got a bunch of stocks rallying here. Twitter, Facebook. Yeah, Facebook looks good.
Can I just say from Friday, I can't remember whoever told me how to program hotkeys so that you can change the color of your lines. My life has been so much easier.
Oh yeah.
You
didn't know about that?
Now I didn't know that.
I feel
now I can hit
terrible.
a button to change the line. Set my
You can change colors. See,
you can talk about your buttons.
Yeah. See, you can change colors and styles.
Yeah.
So
yes, you can.
It comes out all nice.
You can.
Just with a little push of one button. Makes it nice and easy.
Yes.
Like 100 different types of lines on my chart. I just have 2, but it was just a little annoying to do that. Now this is like one button.
Yeah. I try to keep Thor's tinfoil line different than the daily lines.
Well, that's exactly it. That's exactly what I do. I have the tinfoil lines one color, the rest of the lines, the dailies are different. And so it's just switching between them, especially when you're trying to set levels at the open. It was like I had to do all of the tinfoil lines at one time and then change the color. Otherwise, it would start to aggravate me. But inevitably, you find different levels at different times. And anyways, this is just, it's beautiful. So thank you to whoever.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, that thing, that DAS trader line, I can't get it to work other than it gives me the color. That's all I can use. It looks like it should do more, but it never generates a string. But anyway, I can't get the string output. All I can do is I just use it to get the color, but it's still good. Later, Nick. Have a good rest of the day.
Yes. Have a good day.
Neo is continuing to just show strength here. I'm looking at gold and silver look kind of interesting. Miners have come up a little bit here today. Wow. Just no love for banks today.
Is this going to work? I hope you didn't jinx me, Brian.
I would never do that intentionally.
No, I know. It was funny. I like just seconds before you said Neo is still looking strong. I'd just taken a short on it, and I'm like, oh
Okay.
no.
Well, it was pretty getting extended there. Well, I wasn't suggesting you buy it. I was just saying it's been strong for the last hour or so. 40 minutes.
What I was saying is, if you look at the, we look at this ATR, and I was looking at the ATR. So the volume was relatively low, but the ATR was up above it. So I was seeing like it wasn't. It was just looking to me like it was getting toppy, anyways. So. So I took a short at 28.38, stop above the high of the day. So short, 5-cent stop. It's looking good now. Now I've got 10 cents. So I've got 2R in it right now. Any pullback, I'll take a partial. Otherwise, I'm holding here. It's at a moving average. See if we can bust through that moving average. Come on. Come on, baby. Let's do it.
Neo. Are you in Neo, Peter? Or was that?
Neo, yeah.
Neo.
He's short, Neo.
Neo short.
Neo short. Huh.
There you go. That's good. Look at that. It's beautiful.
Nice.
Still holding on. I haven't taken a partial yet on this. I'll just let it go. 28.28 is my area. If it comes back, I'll take my first partial there on a pullback. Otherwise, let's see if I can get more.
Peter, just let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see. NVIDIA. Yeah, Jared. NVIDIA's had a really nice run from the last, say, 15 minutes. So now, where do we go from here?
Microsoft. What's Microsoft doing? It's just hanging around here. Come on. Neo doesn't seem to want to go any lower here. Still hanging on.
Let's see. It might lose it here.
Yeah, it looks like it might let go.
It's trying.
There you go.
All right, getting a little bit more.
If I can get down to like even 28.18, that gives me 4-1 before my first partial. That would be awesome.
There's a moving average that we're approaching here. It's around 28.15 or so. 17, yeah.
The 20 on the 2, is that what you're looking at?
Yeah, I'm looking at it on the 2-minute chart.
Yeah.
SPY is selling off a little bit, so maybe that'll help you out.
Don't do that. Okay, I'm going to take that partial here.
Yeah.
So just for reference, guys, so I do that whenever I can, is if a stock is still moving, I will wait to take my partial and see if I can get a further move. In this case, I waited. It was a bit, came back on me, but I got the partial at the same place as if I had taken it originally. But this gave me, an opportunity to wait longer. So I to take advantage of a move. John, it's one of those. It's, there's 20 minutes left in the market or so. Or 15, I guess. It was looking toppy. I have the general view that things pull back into the close a little bit for the most part. We see that happen over and over again. So you'll notice that like most of my trades here in the last half hour are all shorts. I am short biased. So I see things as short more often than not, but it just, I don't know, just looked like it was a good draw.
So Ryan, out on YouTube, if you look into the BBT chat room, get ready to screenshot. That's how you can locate how to change your colors quickly. So it's there for you.
Oh, so this is Dan. What you're looking at on the screen are actually Mike's charts, and that pink line you'd have to address. I think it's the 50 moving average.
Oh yes. So is that Dan? Yes, this is the 50 moving average. This pink one that's right here. Nice little.
The banks are just taking a beating into the close here.
I should have shorted Microsoft. Oh.
Yeah, John, I feel that same way all day today. So I didn't take Baba.
Yeah,
Baba
Microsoft.
runs nicely, and I take Facebook chopped up in it. It's always nice.
Yeah, isn't that annoying? You always, you never, it seems like sometimes you just don't. I looked at Baba too, and I thought it looked like it was going to be strong, but then I looked at Square, and I thought, I'll follow Square. And it sucked, and Baba ripped.
Yep. And I even looked at. I even had Baba lined up. I was sitting there with my thumb on my hotkey, like, should I not? Oh, this is Baba. It's not going to work. There you go, thinking about whether it's going to be right or wrong instead of just taking the set. Yes.
Yeah, we all feel the same way, right? Like you're looking at two, and it's like I always pick the wrong one.
Yeah, always pick the wrong one again. Dag damn it!
And instead, I got into Facebook. It's okay though.
So what have we got? We've got 7 minutes to the close here. What have we got for earnings after the close? I'm sure we've got some.
We got Microsoft. I think is going to be the big one that everybody's watching. And then, other than that, maybe FSLR. Every now and again, that comes up. First Solar.
Yes.
I mean, there's Big Five, but nothing else really that we tend to trade or populates too much for us. And then with AMD already reporting, they were supposed to be this afternoon. So
yeah.
So there's not much there at all. So Microsoft at 410 will be our big one. Wow, we're 6 minutes into the close. Let's do the trade of the day real quick. Trade of the day goes to Jenny for her trade on Neo of all things. Uh-oh, we're all frozen.
Oh.
Frozen.
We are frozen.
We are frozen. How did...
I can still hear you, though.
Oh, you can hear me?
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, I can still hear you.
There we go. So, Jenny on her trade for Neo used VPA, had a nice ABCD pattern, took an entry, partial near the top of it, partialed up, added in the first time. When the volume came back in, took another partial, kind of still holding on. And if you look over at her 5 chart, she had it in for a second time when there were 2 tweezer candles, and it did a false breakout, and she was still holding when it came time to close out. So excellent trade by Jenny.
Nice.
Is that Jenny from the block?
I've used that joke before.
So
Look at that. Dog didn't like that joke, Brian.
Yeah, I got a boo from the crowd.
Yeah.
Exactly.
From the Bronx. Oh, from the Bronx. Oh, all right. Jenny from the Bronx. Yeah, Jenny from the Bronx. All right.
I wonder why we're getting such slow service today.
I had no end of problems with my computer today too, and it seems to be okay now. But
Yeah, just
kind of annoying.
so if you'd like to mark up your trades, we have tag at Barebow Traders, at Mike B_BBT, and at Norm BBT. Use the hashtag BBT family. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. we'll have Nada coming in for Don't Believe Everything You Think for a psychology webinar. So we'll talk a little bit more about that tomorrow. But tonight we have Jared's Pierce and Fail, which I'm looking forward to as well. So I'm looking to see what he's looking for that, as that typically
What time is that?
That goes at 8 p.m.
8 o'clock.
Eastern. So
8 p.m.
8 o'clock.
Eastern, 5 on the West Coast.
Yep. And then next week we have the Canadian tax webinar that's there for all of our Canadian traders out there. So looking forward to that. And then if you would like to purchase or buy or read Andrew's book in Spanish version, he has that now available on Amazon and also in the Audible version that's out there. Then for everybody that's out on YouTube, if you would like to try the room out, you can use Premarket 24. That gains you access to the chat room as well as access to our onboarding class. And if you'd like a one-time membership discount, you can use the code Halloween35.
Oh, so we do the
There's some
scary sounds.
Dan, it will be in the webinar room. It will not be in the live, or it will not be in the classroom. Yeah, Simon, I know it keeps freezing. I'm not sure why it keeps freezing. It's got to be the internet connection today is poor.
So just about a minute and change to the close here. Neo is just hanging right at the daily high.
Microsoft selling off into the close before earnings.
Yeah, Snap is holding up here.
So to get the replay option on the DAS SIM, it's an additional purchase that you purchase through their website to get that. If you're with a broker, you have to make sure that your broker also offers it as well. So if you have IB, I know they offer it at a little bit additional charge.
Here we come,
Yeah.
15 seconds. Peter's got his finger on the bell, I can tell.
Got 5 seconds left.
Yeah. And when are they going to invite us down to ring the bell? That's what I want to know.
Well,
Yeah.
Lattice semi all over the place.
SPY sold off into the close.
Yeah, a little bit, eh? Not hugely, but a little. About a point.
We have FSLR that should report at 405, followed by Microsoft at 410.
Snap is still finding some love here after the close. Wonder if Snap's going to have a bounce back day. What did JKS do after JKS? FEYE. Nope, it's bouncing a bit. Careful on the spread, guys. Got like almost a 50, 60 cent spread here. Whew. Could really get smoked on that if you're not careful. Neo's good. Yeah.
Look at this.
AKAM in the after hours. It's popping up here.
Yeah.
How do I get to? Oh, here we go.
Neo's looking still. It's still carrying on here in the aftermarket.
I just got my new Kindle, Brian. I finally bought
You did. Oh, okay.
Look at the very. Oh, you got the camera? No, what's going on here? I was going to show you. Look at the very first book that I downloaded to it. I can't see.
Microsoft seems to be popping up right now. Not sure if they just reported. So.
There we go. Very first book downloaded.
Ah, there you go. Nice. Did it come preloaded?
Well, I saw it on my old Kindle before it died, so.
I see. Well, I should have my book preloaded on all their shipments.
Nice.
Wow, look at Neo is still going well, and I did take a bit of a swing trade on Neo. Gonna hold this one overnight for a gap up.
This thing is terrible.
TNA didn't really work out that well. I kind of ended up flat on that one, but we'll see if we can get a decent pop on Neo overnight. So, what's Microsoft doing now here?
It's up and down, up and down. $4 range right now.
Snap looks like tomorrow could be a down day on it. We'll keep an eye. I have to keep an eye on that tomorrow, I think.
Yeah. It looks like, to me, if you look at what JKS did, you try to maybe transpose one chart on the other. JKS is just a little, a day or two, before Snap. But tomorrow Snap should gap up and sell off if you go with the JKS model. If you believe that one will do the same as the other.
I don't. But maybe.
So.
Out of here.
Because if you look at the JKS daily and it's like I said, it's about 3 days ahead. We had the big pop. We had the sell-off yesterday on Snap. You had a bit of a pop back, sort of indecision candle today.
So
Tomorrow morning it should gap up and sell off.
Microsoft
Anyway, go ahead.
beat earnings and it beat sales. So it reported at 405.
Yeah, so it's not really doing much right now. For solar is down. So it's popped and dropped. Who the heck bought it at 87 and now it's trading at 81.5?
Pretty fool did that.
What fool did that?
Yeah.
Well, that's gotta hurt. Fire Eyes got some strength going on here. Yeah, Microsoft's not really doing much of anything.
No. It's got. I was expecting a little bit more out of it. That's for sure.
Yeah, could have sold a put and sold a call and right around where it went out, and then you would have collected both premiums based on what it's doing now. If only we'd known.
This new Kindle doesn't work like my old one. Apparently, your book has taken it over, and it's all I can read now. I guess I should have read the instructions. I don't know how to get out of the book and back to the main screen.
Yeah, Chegg actually was. Yeah, Chegg was didn't. Unfortunately, it didn't give you a nice. Didn't give you that nice clean pop and break. It had to pop back up again and then break, so it kind of gave a tabletop. But
did you?
Once it did break, I mean, once it did break, it really went lower. That was, if you caught that second move. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry, Peter.
I was just going to say, did you look back at GOED? That was your low float of the day. It opened up 300%, closed the day up only 20%. It basically went down all.
I played that though. I got 2 pops on that. I got two trades out of that. And now, mind you, I didn't use a huge amount of shares because I never like to trade a lot of shares. But I got both times. I got it basing, and then sold it on the pop, and did it twice. So, and then I kind of forgot about it after the second one, because usually if they don't after the second one, it's less reliable. AMD's going.
Microsoft's selling
Just
off.
got an upgrade. AMD just got an upgrade, according to the Benzinga guy.
Benzinga guy.
AMD, yeah, AMD getting back up there, trying to recover everything.
You have to think that the initial reaction, like in most stocks, the acquirer always gets sold off. But you have to think that this acquisition of Xilinx just really solidifies their presence in the data center market. I mean, they're really making some pretty bold moves to take this business over. I think it's this sell-off is probably going to be eventually get bought back up again.
So with that, we're going to say goodbye to our friends out on YouTube. Thank you for joining us today.
Yes, thank you, one and all.
Thank you, guys and gals. People, don't forget to give us a like. It's not too late. Or it's late.